Yo, Havoc Nation has arrived. What's going on, everybody? Lost Angel of Havoc here, aka Leitato, the one and only High Priest of the congregation. Welcome back to another installment of Leitato Clips, where we got a little bit of everything. Alright, my fellow Foundlings, if you're just starting out in Mortal Shell expecting the standard Dark Souls-like experience, I've got news for you. There are definitely some major differences, despite the many similarities. In today's video, I'm going to attempt to cover everything in order of importance in terms of when you might encounter them in the game and hopefully prepare you for your traversal of Fulgrim. Hardening. The first major mechanic Mortal Shell introduces you to is the ability to harden. This ability, in my opinion, is one of the hallmarks of this game. Hardening acts essentially as a free damage absorption tool, and you can trigger it mid-attack. When struck, it breaks, allowing you to get in some free hits while your enemy is momentarily interrupted. It can also be a complete lifesaver if you're extremely low on health in the middle of a tough boss fight and out of healing items. The only major drawback here is that there is a 10 to 15 second cooldown, though some shells do have a perk you can unlock that shortens this cooldown period. That said, you'll want to take your time to get well acquainted with this ability because when utilized properly, it can mean all the difference in tougher encounters. Shells. Ironically, next we'll be touching on the key mechanic of Mortal Shell from which the game draws its name: shells. In Mortal Shell, you play as a Foundling, a creature of mysterious origin capable of inhabiting the bodies or shells of fallen heroes. You'll encounter Heros, the first of these shells, shortly after leaving the tutorial area. However, in total, there are 5 shells that can be unlocked, including a hidden one, but that's a matter for another video. For this video, all I'll say about the shells is that I recommend prioritizing unlocking the 4 base shells early. Each shell has its own pros and cons in terms of playstyle. You can also change in and out of shells at Fulgrim Tower or by using effigies to swap to specific shells on the fly. Also, if you die inside of a specific shell, you will re-inhabit that shell when you go to retrieve it. The only time this doesn't apply is if you happen to die while outside of your shell. Resolve. The resolve meter in Mortal Shell has dual functionality. At first, with at least 1 full charge of resolve, you can complete a perfect parry and trigger a devastating riposte that can heal you. With 2 full charges of resolve, you can actually trigger a weapon's special attacks. Every shell has a different amount of resolve that you can gain, so if you rely on perfect parries or ability use, you'll want to use a shell that can stack a lot of resolve or at least build it up very quickly. Tar and glimpses. Next, we should talk about tar and glimpses. Now, these are the main currencies you'll be acquiring and using throughout your playthrough. Tar is the main currency and is used pretty much for everything, including purchasing items and upgrades. There are a few different tar item drops that, when used, provide a bulk sum of tar when consumed. Tar does drop on death and then has to be recovered to be retained. If you die before recovering your tar, it's gone forever. Glimpses, on the other hand, work a little differently. Glimpses drop typically from defeating powerful enemies and bosses, though there are some shells with upgrades you can get that allow chances for random drops of glimpses as well. The catch is that glimpses are tied to your shell. Like with tar, there are item drops that will provide a random amount of glimpses when consumed. The key there is to make sure when consuming these items that you're actually wearing the shell you plan to use them for. Tar and glimpses are required to purchase upgrades for the shells. Familiarity. Mortal Shell's familiarity system is the first system the game will throw at you that may cause confusion and frustration. The best way I can describe it is that any item you get, use it at least once. This will unlock its description so you'll actually know what it does. After that, the items increase in effectiveness the more you use them, and this is visible in the familiarity bar. For example, the Tar Spore item actually poisons you upon the first use, but subsequent uses provide immunity to poison damage for a short time. Tar and Glimpse items are exempt from this system as far as I can tell, with the exception of needing to use them to learn what they actually are and what they do. Sester Ganessa, shell upgrades, and fast travel. Sester Ganessa is the first major NPC you'll encounter in the game. She is situated in Fulgrim Tower and acts as your save point and shell upgrade source. Sip Tar with her and it will take you to the upgrade menu for whichever shell you've got on. The available upgrades will show how much tar and glimpses are needed to unlock them. Sipping the tar with her and leaving the menu acts as your save and refresh. It will cause enemies to respawn, etc. The drawback with that is, outside of Fulgrim Tower, she is only situated in the checkpoint areas of the major hubs in the world. There are no minor checkpoints or anything, so if you're exploring, you'll want to make a note of wherever she is and the routes back to her, just in case things get a little dicey and you need to regroup. The first time you awaken Sester Ganessa in Fulgrim Tower, she will give you the Tarnished Mask, which can be used to return to her from any location at the cost of all your glimpses. Once you use it a little bit more, only half of your glimpses will be consumed. That said, once you have unlocked all the upgrades for any given shell, Sester Ganessa will then offer the Ornate Mask for 30 glimpses. This item allows for unlimited travel between Sester locations. Weapons and upgrades. Next, we're going to talk about weapons for a moment. Mortal Shell has 4 base weapons: the Hollowed Sword, Smoldering Mace, Martyr's Blade, and Hammer and Chisel. There's also a 5th hidden weapon that can be unlocked in tandem with the final shell, but again, that's its own video. Anyway, each weapon has 2 abilities that need to be unlocked by finding specific items to slot in at an anvil in Fulgrim Tower or any other anvil in the different locations. These items are specific to each weapon and can be found while exploring the locations that you find the weapons within. Weapons can be upgraded using Quenching Acid to strengthen them up to +5, which increases the damage they deal per hit. But as a note, you can only acquire up to 11 Quenching Acid items in your first playthrough, so I recommend unlocking at least all 4 base weapons early to decide which one you like the most that suits your playstyle the best before proceeding with any upgrades. Now, as far as swapping weapons, it can be done in Fulgrim Tower. You can also acquire some unlimited use items for each weapon that allow you to swap to them at will. Vlas, the Merchant. The last thing we'll cover in today's video is Vlas the Merchant, located in Fulgrim Tower. While there are some other NPCs that are merchants or have quests that can grant things, Vlas is the one you'll want to hit up early, as his inventory includes 2 Quenching Acids as well as Roasted Rats, which is a health consumable. Grab the 2 Quenching Acids once you have enough tar to do so, and stock up on Roasted Rats whenever possible, so you'll be able to upgrade a weapon of your choosing to +2 early, and also have something to fall back on in order to recover your health. And with that, we have reached the end of today's video, and you, my fellow Foundlings, should all be set to step into Fulgrim and begin your adventure. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful in any way, please do me a solid and give it a thumbs up. It's a little bit, but it does go a long way in terms of helping the channel grow, and I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more content like this, you like what I do here on the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next video. Once again, my name is Lost Angel of Havoc. Thank you for watching Laytato Clips. We will see you next time, friends. Same lay time, same lay channel.